Hey everyone, sorry about the delay in my uploads lately. You can thank my mid-semester exams for that. But anyway, time to get back on track and let's react to how to survive a giant centipede bite. What are these sound effects? I swear, if I have to listen to this clicking for the entire video, I'm just gonna go mad, and that is very clearly CGI, and very bad CGI too. It would fit perfectly well in the Battle of Five Armies. They can be larger than your foot. Well, yeah, lengthwise, yeah, sure, but they're not heavier than your foot.
Larger than your foot. They are carnivorous and they prey in the dark, damp places.
Yeah, this is a thing I hear a lot in any of these sort of clickbaity, fear-mongering videos. They'll say an animal is predatory and likes the dark, as if that somehow ups the creepiness factor, but there's so many animals that aren't conventionally considered creepy that are predatory and like the dark. For example, owls or cats. So, I don't know. The way I see it, if a video has to go above and beyond to make something sound scary, it's probably not very scary.
They'll use their venomous pincers to bite you.
Yeah, that's... pincer is a pretty dubious term, I dare say. The correct terminology is forcipule. I think they're sometimes called toxiconaths, although I generally avoid using that term myself because nath means jaw, and they're not jaws. They are modified legs, and they're not actually part of the head, so technically it's not a bite either, but I'll admit I still call it a bite sometimes as well.
Enters your bloodstream. You'll feel excruciating
What is this?
Would you survive?
What even is that? What is that? That's... I mean, I thought the CGI centipede before looked bad, but at least that looked remotely like a centipede. This is... Yeah, I'm lost. I'm at, what, 26 seconds, and I'm already lost for words. I think that is a new record.
Gated monsters attack? Here's how to survive a giant centipede bite.
How to survive a giant centipede bite in one word. Wait. With the exception of anomalous circumstances such as an allergic reaction or secondary infection, neither of which are a direct result of the venom, centipede bites are not life-threatening, so you're probably going to survive it no matter what.
Giant centipedes live in tropical and subtropical areas.
Okay, for the most part, yes, but they are also present in more temperate climates as well. But, yeah, look, I'm being a bit nitpicky here.
The largest in the world can be found in South America.
Okay,
can
correct.
grow up to 30 centimeters or even more. And can eat...
That was CGI again?
Ice and lizards 15 times their size. Giant centipedes are aggressive creatures. They are...
Okay, depending on the context, they're either right or wrong. Centipedes are very aggressive when it comes to attacking their prey. I mean, pretty much every predator is, otherwise they wouldn't be all that successful. But if we're talking about how they interact with humans, then centipedes are not aggressive. Maybe defensive at times, but mostly they'll just run away.
And if they can fight with deadly rattlesnakes, kill them, and eat them, imagine what they could do to you.
Ooh, what? I just paused on this and I don't even know what the hell I'm looking at. It's just so weird how they go from footage of real centipedes to this weird horror movie stuff. Anyway, their phrase was it, if they can fight rattlesnakes, then imagine what they can do to you. Ooh. Oh yeah, in case you haven't noticed, a rattlesnake is considerably smaller than a human. So what they can do to you is probably a good deal less than what they can do to a snake. And by the way, they're not going to be attacking adult rattlesnakes either. I think some rattlesnakes can get like 2 meters long or something. No, they're not going to be eating those.
Why should
oh, hi, Coyote. I knew I'd be seeing you somewhere.
How could hot water save your life? And how fast could their venom kill you?
Hey computer, how fast can a centipede's venom kill you?
Calculating. Never.
Step 1. Grab something hot. If a giant centipede bites you, immediately apply heat or hot water to the wound. This will help to dilute the venom.
Dilute? I don't exactly think that's the right word choice. Now, admittedly, the memories of high school chemistry are as distant as fingerprints on an abandoned handrail at the moment, but the word they're probably looking for is denature. High temperatures will denature the proteins that make up the centipede's venom and kind of reduce its function. So if you can immerse the bite in hot water very quickly after the centipede bites while the venom is still close to the surface, then you may be able to escape the worst of the effects. It's not a guarantee, though.
You'll need to act fast.
What is happening here?
Spray 15 times their size in 30 seconds flat. A toxin in the venom closes channels that...
I swear this is like the biggest cliche in any video that involves venomous animals. It's always the same footage of blood vessels. Not even showing any venom, just blood vessels.
The venom can also attack your
What the heck is
cardiovascular,
this?
respiratory, and nervous systems.
All we have to do is give it something to chew.
All we have to do is give it something to chew. How does that even work in this context? I will admit, this video is kind of amusing me at the same time. It's very hard to take seriously, but that's probably a good thing.
Step 2. Beware of their speed. If you see a giant centipede
CGI, again.
on the floor, don't come near it. They are surprisingly fast creatures.
I like how they spend the entire video ragging on about how centipedes are these super aggressive monsters that will come after you and that'll attack you, and then here's this legend just casually handling one. Oh, and by the way, I'm not saying that you should casually handle centipedes because they can bite if you scare them, but I think it shows pretty clearly that they're not out to get you.
Long legs and many of them.
Oh, they have many legs, thank you, I hadn't noticed that yet.
It means 100 feet in Latin, but don't be fooled by the name. Depending on the species, these arthropods can have up to 191 pairs of legs. So when those 382 long legs start...
Well, what's with the rubber... Yeah, look, usually with my reaction videos, I try to think of something smart-ass to say in response, but I'm at a complete loss for words this time. Like, we've gone from actual centipede footage to random, completely unrelated horror movie clips to whatever the heck this monstrosity is attacking a giant rubber duck, all in the space of 2 minutes 15 seconds. I was going to say this is a new record with ridiculousness, but then again, I just remembered the 6-foot tarantula in my first ever reaction video, and nothing has quite topped that yet.
You'd better start running.
Yeah, look, pretty much every time a human and a centipede have any sort of interaction, it's going to be the centipede that starts running away.
The turgets on the back of their body segments can change to keep the body still while they're in motion, which helps them reach a higher velocity as they hit their prey. Step 3. Read the signs.
I'd also like to
Step
add,
3.
hang on.
Read the signs.
I'd also like to add, look, this guy is literally holding his hand right in front of a big, Scolopendra dehani by the looks of it, and the centipede is not trying to attack him. Like, look, centipedes, they're not the friendliest animals in existence, but they're not going to outright attack. A lot of the footage they're using, as in the non-CGI footage, pretty much directly contradicts everything they're saying about them in the video.
Giant centipedes are sneaky hunters, and they hide very well. They don't try to live in human areas, but they might take shelter in a cluttered area of your home. If you come in contact with one, don't pick it up or handle it roughly.
Okay, yeah.
This will trigger it to defend itself. It will let you know if it's ready to attack by raising the front part of its long body.
Okay, yes, look. If a giant centipede is preparing to attack you and your random giant rubber ducky, they don't generally rear up as a defense mechanism. This is well and truly spoken like someone who has not the faintest knowledge of centipede behavior. If a centipede goes into defensive mode, usually they'll lift up the back end of their body, especially the terminal legs, as a sort of warning. They might also thrash around, which has a few added defensive benefits. For instance, if a centipede is thrashing around, it makes it a lot harder for a predator to land a hit on a vulnerable body part, and it also has the added benefit of flicking debris into the attacker's face. Rearing up is generally not something a centipede will do to defend itself. Usually it'll either do what I just said, or more often it will just run away.
The way a cobra snake attacks. That's your cue to get
Wait, is this from Over the Hedge? That is from Over the Hedge. Okay, a little bit of nostalgia here, that's good, but unfortunately it doesn't make up for the exuberantly high quantity of shit that I've been sitting through so far.
Step 4. Get medical help. In 2020 in Thailand, a giant centipede...
Talking about a centipede in Thailand while showing footage of a South American species.
We had a 52-year-old boxing champion on the leg.
What the heck?
He had chills and dizziness, but he didn't seek medical treatment until
This
he
is
was
from
seriously
Mr.
ill.
This is footage of Mr. Bean. And you know what? At this point, I'd have an easier time taking Mr. Bean seriously than this video.
The man had diabetes, which caused complications, and he died from a blood infection.
Whether or not this story is true, and I mean, if it isn't true, then it's certainly got company in the form of nearly every other claim this video's made, the ultimate cause of death was, as they said, an infection, not a direct result of the centipede's bite. And infections can occur from any untreated wound at all.
So if you've been bitten, get immediate medical care.
What is with the rattlesnake? Was that a snake sound effect? I thought Monster Bug Wars was the top of the mountain when it comes to ridiculous sound effects, but I think this video might be very close to taking the cake.
Oh my god, did you just pee yourself?
Step 5. Put on some shoes. While you're hiking in a jungle or any tropical
Okay,
forest
who exactly goes barefoot when they're hiking in the
rock your
jungle?
clothes. Remember, giant centipedes are hunters, and if you step into their natural habitat, chances are they will
Hi,
attack you.
Coyote. Yes, centipedes are hunters. They hunt animals that are relatively small compared to us. They have no interest in our feet. If you get bitten on your foot by a centipede, then chances are you are stepping on it.
Or even your legs. If their pencil-like tips pierce your skin, it will feel extremely painful. You can avoid that by covering your skin, especially in areas
Why am I
around.
looking...
Well, you've managed to survive being bitten by a giant centipede. But while you were running away from it, you got lost in the Amazon.
I got lost. Yeah, this is the first video to just completely defeat me in the sense that I just don't really even know what to say. Yeah, it's very appropriate that Mr. Bean is the last thing I can see because my vocabulary is about as limited as his at the moment. Oh my god. I guess on the plus side, and yeah, I'm trying to be desperately optimistic here, the sheer ridiculousness of this video just probably makes it really hard for nearly anyone to take remotely seriously. So I guess there's that, but my god, the amount of bullshit claims in there was just over the top. And this video is only about 4 minutes long, and the amount of rubbish they were able to cram into that is honestly quite impressive, so in a very twisted way, they have my respect. But anyway, that is the end of this video. If you enjoy my content, then feel free to subscribe and check out my other uploads. Don't forget to let me know what you thought in the comments as well. Thank you very much for watching. That is it from me, and I shall see you again very soon, once I have regained my sanity. Thank you very much.